Welcome to episode 10 of the LorainCounty.com Business Insights podcast. I'm your host, Ed Skimmon, and today we're talking with Tracy Green, who serves as Vice President for Strategic and Institutional Development at Lorain County Community College. Join us as Tracy shares her insights on the college's pivotal role in talent development and partnership with business and industry. She discusses the comprehensive support services offered by the college, including customized training, recruitment assistance, and leadership development programs, all tailored to meet the dynamic needs of the local community and businesses. Tracy also explores the strategic vision of the college in creating a vibrant community, touching on the four cornerstones of their mission: education, economic development, community, and cultural development. With a focus on partnerships and a forward-thinking approach, she emphasizes the college's adaptability to trends like microelectronics, electric vehicles, artificial intelligence, and the gig economy. Tracy also shares her more than 28-year journey at the college, from a first-generation college student to her current leadership role. As Tracy mentions in our conversation, Tracy and I have worked together on various college and community initiatives for over 20 years. The importance of her work and Lorain County Community College's work cannot be overstated. Here is my conversation with Tracy Green.
Tracy Green. I serve as Vice President for Strategic and Institutional Development at Lorain County Community College.
Welcome, Tracy. Thanks for joining us. Could you provide an overview of Lorain County Community College?
That's a big question, but yes, I can start with the umbrella view of Lorain County Community College as it relates to our support and partnership with business and industry. And certainly as a public higher education institution, and primarily because we are the community's college, at the center of everything we do is about talent development. So we hear from companies continuously that talent is a big need, and sometimes that's high-level talent all the way through the newer talent base that they're trying to grow. So that's in our sweet spot in terms of both helping companies find new talent, post their resumes, get help with their job descriptions, but also the training component of talent, whether they were looking to upskill their current employees, provide some professional development, leadership training, team building, anything talent related. You can think of Lorain County Community College, but we certainly do even more than that. And we really harness that definition that we are the community's college. And so we are here to support all the needs of our community, certainly students, but also business and industry. In fact, that's why we were created 60 years ago as the first community college in the state of Ohio, was really through the needs of business and industry. And we're here to continue to meet those today. A whole portfolio of support services, from meeting facilities to our manufacturing and prototyping facilities through sales training. So there's at least a way to get started in help. And if we don't have the service here at Lorain County Community College, we have a network of partners throughout our county and our region to help business and industry grow right here in our backyard.
In addition to traditional classes, Lorain County Community College also offers customized training.
We do. We really value those deeper partnerships with business and industry to be their talent provider, but also a solutions provider. If they're looking for something very unique and custom for their company, so a group of employees, and that may be in fields that are more professional development, like communications, first-time supervisor training, leadership development, all the way over to the technical side. We can work with companies to provide on-site and on-demand customized training specifically for their group of employees. And not just as a one-time. It can be as a one-time that they need this really quickly, and we can be that rapid response, or we can work with them over the course of a year to really curate a whole portfolio of customized training opportunities to help grow their enterprise.
Could you talk a little bit about the value the college creates that accrues beyond just the businesses you directly serve? What's the value to the community, to the county, to the residents of the county?
Sure.
What's the bigger picture value?
Our current strategic plan is really about creating a vibrant community for all. And when we started that strategic planning process, really starts back to what I said about being the community's college. And we know that our role in that talent side really has a ripple effect over to both growing businesses, growing jobs, and then growing the talent to help fill that. And so we actually have four cornerstones to our mission: education, obviously, economic development, community, and cultural development. And we do so in partnership with other organizations in the community. We see ourselves as we are a community resource for business and industry, but as business and industry grows, they provide jobs that Our students, 90% of our graduates live and work in this region. So we know that we're fueling that workforce component. And so as business and industry grows, our communities grow and thrive. And we're so fortunate with the business and industry in the greater Lorain County region. They give back to their communities to make them stronger. And we just see this as a ripple effect to make Lorain County a stronger and more prosperous community.
Going forward, what trends do you see and how do you see the college adapting to these changes?
I think all of us look at pre-pandemic and somewhat of a post-pandemic world, right? I mentioned our strategic planning process that we actually completed in 2019. And when we went through that strategic planning process, we actually didn't start with what is the vision for Lorain County Community College. We posed the question to over 1,500 individuals and leaders in our community of what is the most vibrant picture you can create for Lorain County? And how does Lorain County Community College, within our mission, help to realize that vision? And so when we did that, we also identified, at the time, it was 8 mega trends and drivers that are most likely to impact a future direction of a community like Lorain County. Everything from artificial intelligence to smart systems and the Internet of Things to demographic shifts to the gig economy, all these different megatrends. We missed one. And that one was the impact of a pandemic. What this has told us, though, was that those trends and those drivers were certainly the right ones. We were projecting that they would, take a decade or more to really impact our community. The reality with the pandemic is all of that accelerated. And so we need to be moving faster and doing more to really help our community stay ahead and not get left behind in these opportunities for great prosperity in our community.
What is something people don't normally know about the college that you'd like them to know?
Oh, boy. I've been here for 28 years, and there are still things I don't know about Lorain County Community College. I would say for overall, it's a great place to start if you are looking for help, because our commitment is what I mentioned earlier. It is to being that solution for the community. Whether we can do it or we need to lean on a partner and bring them to the table, that's really our philosophy, is helping our community move forward. And so we have a lot to offer that's within this campus, as well as our outreach centers to help support business and industry. And we open up our campus to them. This is their resource, from our labs to our technology to our meeting spaces. This is all about helping our community thrive. If you're looking for help, Lorain County Community College is a great place to start. And whether we have the solution or not, we will help you find it.
Let's switch over and talk a little bit about you.
Oh, boy.
You mentioned 28 years you've been with the college?
Yeah. In March of 2024, I will have completed 28 years here.
Okay. What led you to this position? What have you enjoyed? Obviously, you've had different positions at the college. What led you to this position?
Sure. So in the beginning of my career, I actually came to Lorain County Community College because I'm a first-generation college student. And I was already attending here. I loved the environment. And I thought, why can't I also work there? And honestly, they could have handed me a broom and I would have been happy just to be here, to be part of that, the culture and the support system that's here. I found my pathway and my passion really working at Lorain County Community College, and had, as you mentioned, Ed, I had the opportunity to explore and be part of many different things. In fact, you and I go back to the early days of what was called a digital economy task force to really help our community understand what this internet was going to do and what opportunities, the scary internet and Y2K that was going to happen. Right. And what do we do to help our community harness it? That's really when I fell in love with the mission of this institution. It was always to be forward thinking of what is out there on the horizon that we need to make sure that our community is prepared for, positioned for, and compete for. And that's a big nature of the position that I have now. I am extremely blessed and fortunate to be in this role as Vice President for Strategic and Institutional Development since 2012. And that's a lot of what it does. It really is just connecting with people and resources of how do we just keep making this community the best that it can be, and how do we leverage the power of a community college in that effort, along with a myriad of partners across to do that.
So in the time that you've been here, what are you most proud of accomplishing?
Oh, my goodness. So, there was January 21st, 2022. It was either the 21st or 22nd, when Intel announced that it had selected Ohio to become what could be the world's largest wafer fabrication. I literally was doing cartwheels. No, maybe not literally, but in my day, could I do cartwheels? I would. I was that enthusiastic. And it wasn't because of one company coming to Ohio. It was because it was a signal of an opportunity for all of Ohio and communities like Lorain County to have an economic transformation that we haven't seen probably in 6 decades, when we saw Ford and USS Steel and others really creating that heart of our manufacturing and industrial base. And the reason I was so excited is because I had been immersed in this for about 10 years. I guess it's been a little more than 10 years ago. In the late 2000s, early 2010s, I was fortunate to work in our economic development arena with supporting Glide and the growth of an innovation fund that led us then to creating our Smart Commercialization Center, which is all focused on microelectronics and embedding chips into devices to make them smart and interconnected to the world. So we had started that 10 years ago. And it's a resource, again, another resource, a commercialization technology center where companies can come and get their chip packaged and integrated into a product. And at that time, it was one of those things that, what is that college doing playing in this microelectronic space? There's Silicon Valley and other places, and this is all overseas. But that moment of seeing that infrastructure now is coming back to the United States. And it's not just coming back, but it's exploding because of the technologies. And having been part of leading the development of our Smart Center, leading the development of our MEMS bachelor's degree programs, our associate's degree programs. And then within a decade, seeing an opportunity like having Ohio turn to be the Silicon Heartland and the ripple effect that's going to create is an excitement that just can't be contained. Seeing that really come full circle and how well positioned this community is in these new technology areas because of a lot of that early work that we did together. So from microelectronics to electric vehicles to everything in between, Lorain County is really well positioned for significant economic growth that is going to impact generations beyond mine.
Totally agree. Going forward, what are your personal goals? What are you looking forward to accomplishing?
Certainly is making sure that all of us realize the opportunity that is here. It's very few times that you see such stars align, from a policy perspective to a funding on a national and state perspective to all the work that we've all done together to really make Lorain County not only a place that people live and enjoy the quality of life, but that companies want to be here and that we have a strategic advantage to help our existing companies grow as well as attract new companies. So I'm really excited to helping our community really seize that. I feel the responsibility that we all have because that future generations are watching what we're doing in this moment, and that we need to have the courage to make sure that we are really going after every opportunity to bring home those jobs that are possible and see that same type of renaissance that we saw with Ford and USS Steel, but in this technology sector.
Finally, for listeners who are interested, where can they get more information?
Certainly, in terms of our help with business and industry, we have a unit that is part of my area of strategic and institutional development called Business Growth Services. Very simple. And they are on our LCCC website, which is loraincccc.edu. They can find a whole host of services, whether you're a startup company, all the way through an established company, whether you're a technology company in advanced manufacturing, healthcare, or anything in between. There's something that you may find value within that website. And certainly the phone number on there, please reach out and call.
Thank you, Tracy, for joining us.
Great. Thanks for having me. It's good to reconnect.
Thank you for tuning in to this episode of the LorainCounty.com Business Insights Podcast. We hope you found this conversation informative and that it provided some ideas that will help your business continue to grow. Please follow us on your favorite podcast platform to hear each episode where we shine a spotlight on local resources that will boost your business. And we want to hear from you. Email ed@loraincounty.com to share your feedback and topic ideas.